All right, now to the coronavirus, and Detroit Mayor Duggan backtracking after his comments about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Detroit turned down 6,200 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, with the mayor saying it wasn't as effective as Pfizer and Moderna. Well, this morning, the White House got involved, calling his comments a misunderstanding. Then late today, the mayor clarified, saying Detroit is excited there are 3 highly effective vaccines. He says the city only turned down Johnson & Johnson because they had enough of the Pfizer and Moderna shots to go around. And they're making a plan to distribute Johnson & Johnson doses.
State now says 11% of Michiganders 16 and over are vaccinated. Michigan added 1,486 new cases of the virus over the last 24 hours and are now counting another 10 deaths to the coronavirus. Tonight, there's concern within the Catholic community about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
It's a moral dilemma that has church leaders offering guidance. Local 4's Rod Maloney is live tonight with that part of the story. Rod.
Yeah, Kimberly, you know, the church is in a real quandary here because the virus has been so deadly that they welcome the vaccines, but one of the vaccines, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, is born out of research they have long spoken out against. So now what?
Day 5 of distribution, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is moving across the country. After receiving about 80,000 doses, we're not likely to see any more in Michigan until the end of the month. Now, the Catholic Church is a bit conflicted about the J&J vaccine. Monsignor Gary Smetanka first explains all the vaccines are good news.
Well, it's so vital to receive, first of all, the vaccine, certainly as an act of charity for our brothers and sisters, an act of charity to help bring to an end this health condition, this pandemic.
Yet, the J&J vaccine emerged from research dating back to the 70s.
There have been use of some cell lines from aborted babies. And so there's a little bit more connection with that with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and less with that with Pfizer and Moderna.
Michigan's 7 Catholic bishops, including Detroit Archbishop Alan Vigneron, published this letter expressing problems with the J&J vaccine, saying, quote, "Abortion is a grave evil and we must avoid complicity in abortion. We join our voices for the development of vaccines that have no connection to abortion," end quote. But the vaccine remains in short supply. So despite those concerns,
if no other vaccines are available, certainly take the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Sometimes we have a choice. A lot of times we don't have a choice.
So whenever we do a story like this, we certainly reach out to the other side, Johnson & Johnson. We've made calls, we've sent emails to them looking for a response to this whole quandary with the Catholic Church, and they had nothing to say about it. And in fact, we've gone and looked in other places where publications have done stories on this to see if there were any statements there, and so far there have been none. Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod, thanks.
Warmer weekend getting underway after we got colder days a couple days this week.
Andrew's in for Ben with a look at the forecast. Hi, Andrew.
Hello to both of you. And yes, we're looking at a seasonable chill still here, Kimberly and Devin. We're looking at temperatures that are mostly in the upper 30s and low 40s. 40 degrees now over at City Airport. It's gone down a couple of notches over at Metro Airport with 39. A little colder in Pontiac with 37 degrees and 37 in Mount Clemens. But it is beautiful all around. We still have mostly clear skies across all of southeast Michigan. Look at those beautiful blue skies ahead of sunset this evening, which is just about a half hour from now at 6:28. While it's 39 degrees, upper 30s to near 40, the wind still makes it feel like it's around the freezing mark or lower. Wind chills are still in the low 30s to around 31, so you still want to bundle up, especially later tonight. Temperatures will fall into the low 30s within the next few hours. When you join us tonight at 11, we'll be in the low 30s and upper 20s, but it will still be dry. Now, where do temperatures go from here? We are looking at a chilly weekend, but we're looking at warmer conditions next week. I'll let you know exactly when, and I've got your full 7-day forecast coming up in moments. Now, remember, you can track temperatures, anything weather-wise, in Detroit, in Michigan, in the entire country, or the entire world with the Local Forecasters app. It is faster, easier to use, and of course, accurate with our forecasts. To go ahead and download it now. The Local Forecasters app, it's free. Search WDIV in your app store.
All right, Andrew, back to you shortly. This was day 3 of the preliminary hearing for 3 of the men accused of domestic terror plots, including kidnapping the Michigan governor. And for the first time today, a confidential FBI informant detailed what led to that aggressive protest in Lansing last spring, where armed men were allowed to walk the halls of the state capitol. Grant Herms joins us now with more. Grant?
Well, Devin, we all saw the photos from last spring, those armed men looming over lawmakers in the Senate chamber, some of them shouting in the faces of police officers. But today, for the first time, we got a detailed look at just how far some of those men got into the Capitol and what their intentions, at least some of them, might have been.
For the first time, an inside look at the coordinated effort to take the Michigan State Capitol on April 30th. An FBI confidential informant in court today describing how members of the Wolverine Watchmen, accused in the plot to kidnap and kill Governor Gretchen Whitmer, worked to stir up an angry mob as lawmakers worked just feet away.
Like, we're trying to get the people riled up. At times, Joe would yell, or not Joe, Pete would yell 2 steps forward, trying to move the line, per se, of people forward towards I think it was the chamber doors.
At one point, the informant, known only as Dan, telling the court he, along with Pete Musico and Joe Morrison, 2 of the men charged, broke away from the mob, each of them wearing tactical gear, most carrying rifles like AR-15s. Dan saying they were banging on doors and calling for the governor to come out.
You were there. What do you mean by pounding on the door?
Loud pounding.
Is it like a knock? Okay, well.
Like a show of force.
Eventually, after an unsuccessful search, Musico allegedly saying he was going to leave to find her.
He was going to go the opposite side of the building and catch that as he came out the emergency exit.
Now, it's hard to ignore the similarities between what was described there and what we saw in Washington back in January. It's why, Devin, experts are pointing to Michigan last spring as a potential practice run for what we saw on January 6th.
Now, Grant, we knew that they had trained, at least from a previous testimony, that they had trained on how to breach the Capitol, but we're learning this was not their only planned attempt to get inside.
No, that informant told the court today that they had been working all summer long using those protests about police and race as cover. They were hoping for a big protest in Lansing on June 18th. They were hoping for about 200 extremists to get inside and storm the Capitol, and there were far fewer people there. And that, they said, led them, at least in part, to turn to that plot to allegedly kidnap and kill the governor. We
keep learning a little more every day. All right, Grant.
Detroit police arrest 2 people accused of posing as demolition workers and stealing bricks from a Detroit home. Happened this afternoon on Whitney Street near I-96 in Grand River. Investigators say the men showed officers false paperwork claiming to be a demolition crew. They believe the men are a part of a larger crew that's selling the reclaimed bricks for profit. Police are urging Detroiters to be on the lookout.
That's why it's important for the community to pay close attention when they see something like this. And if they don't see any construction trucks around in the area, call us and we can come in and check it out and make sure whoever's here is legitimate.
Police say they have made arrests and charged individuals a part of the scheme on 3 different occasions. The investigation continues.
Ahead, what the heck do you say when the Navy names a ship after you? A local veteran now in his 90s shows us how it's done. Jamie?
We'll call this the warming up phase, as these kids are learning a brand new sport today inside this gym in Southwest Detroit. Of all the details, next on Local 4.
Serving it up with Cedric the Entertainer. In your face!
Ellen, Monday at 3 on Local 4.
UFC 259 is stacked. As Blachowicz and Adesanya go toe-to-toe, we're giving you a shot to win some stacks of your own. Bet $1, get $100 if either fighter lands a punch. It's that simple. One fighter takes their first defeat, you take your first win. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Bet $1, win $100 if either fighter lands a punch, and make it rain.
Ready, set, go.
Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go!
Live big in the larger-than-life SUVs from GMC. The GMC Acadia, Terrain, and all-new Yukon. GM employee program participants with a current eligible GMC lease can get this low-mileage lease on this 2021 Terrain SLE for $169 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
When you're in an accident, they'll delay, they'll deny, they'll defend. That's what insurance companies do. They always do it. We defeat them to get you the money you deserve. That's what we do. If you've been hurt in an accident, we'll make the insurance company pay. That's the Bernstein advantage. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
Ahead for us, how the Pope's message of religious tolerance is being received during his first visit to Iraq. Our Richard Engel is there. Also, vaccinations climb, so do travel bookings. Why experts say this will be a busy summer when we see you back here tonight.
This weekend at Gorman's, save on Stressless, the innovators of comfort. Design, comfort, and function are at the heart of every stressless recliner, sofa, office, and home entertainment seat. Gorman's, Michigan's largest stressless dealer.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true in the face of flu. Influenza has the power to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head on, visit michigan.gov/flu.
Hurry and save 40, 50, even 60% off Michigan's best leather at Gorman's. All custom orders 40 off, most stock 50 off, and 60% off all designer leather closeouts. Now exclusively at all Gorman's.
Local forecaster weather is brought to you by Gorman's.
Detroit P.A.L. works to enrich the lives of children through sports and character development.
They do that by offering 10 different sports to 12,000 youth in our area. And now you can add golf to that list through a special partnership with the First Tee Greater Detroit.
Jamie Edmonds has more as they get into the swing of things today.
Today is day one of Detroit P.A.L's Little Putters, where these 5- and 6-year-olds will get exposed to the game of golf, in most cases for the first time. Get your pint-sized putters, mini clubs, and special golf balls. It's time to play golf inside this gym in Southwest Detroit. It's day one of a new program, a collaboration with Detroit P.A.L. and First Tee Greater Detroit.
For us, it's what can we do in a safe way, and then what can we grow at the same time as being able to provide youth enrichment.
Fred Hunter is Detroit P.A.L.'s Director of Program Administration. He says in COVID times, it's important nonprofits join forces and share resources. First Tee has a proven program. Detroit P.A.L. has the volunteers, administrative know-how, and lots of eager kids.
They grab a stick and hit the balls, and they try to hit it inside the circle. My papa teaches me
how to play golf.
Yeah.
There are several 6-week programs. Little Putters are kids ages 5 and 6. They will learn at Boysville Gym. Player level is for ages 7 to 17. They will start inside and soon head to Rouge Park Golf Course. It's an opportunity to give kids exposure to a sport they may not try otherwise.
Being able to give kids the opportunity to see sports that they may not see all the time and learn, and we may have some gifted golfers, but they just don't have that opportunity yet.
The plus side, golf is already a socially distant game. Detroit P.A.L. says they're also taking all precautions to make sure the kids stay safe. Now, Little Putters is already filled up, but the next group up, ages 7 to 17, has some spots open. In Southwest Detroit, Jamie Edmonds, Local 4.
And the 7 to 17 age group starts April 14th and has about 20 spots remaining. Registration is $40 for the 6-week session, although all programs are delivered for free to any child requesting a financial aid scholarship.
The Navy is recognizing the bravery of an Oakland County veteran by naming a ship after him. 90-year-old Robert Samanek was 22 when he served in the Korean War as part of the Marine Corps. In April of 1952, his squad was ambushed by Chinese troops. He was shot and then saw a grenade, and he jumped on it to save his fellow Marines.
I immediately had one other grenade that I managed to kick away and came back to that one and knew exactly that I don't have any time left. And so I dropped on it.
Extraordinary. He was awarded the Medal of Honor at the White House by President Eisenhower. And now he will have a Navy ship named after him, the USS Robert E. Semanik, expected to be complete in 2024. He now lives at a senior living community in Novi. Hearty congratulations and many, many thanks for all you've done.